Hey, good morning, folks. The time is 5:17 a.m. It's an early one. It is the 13th of February, 2025. Of course, my friends, that is the 14th for all of our buddies there on the other side of the world. Hello, Australia. Hello, Melbourne. I want to see ya. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired right now, my friends, but I wanted to get this done so I can get this darn video out before noon, my time at least, which is -7 GMT, I believe, if that helps. So it is early. I am tired, but I am determined to get this video done, and I want to get it done well, and I want to get it done concisely, and I'm already mumbling and going on a tangent. How you doing, folks? My name is Lee. I'm the guy that started the group Well I Thought It Was Funny. You know that one with the cow that says, well, I thought it was funny, and it's full of all your funny stuff? That's me. I started that. And I heard that you're you, and you know what? I know that you're freaking awesome. You know how I know that? Look at this group that we built, this gigantic group. I can't believe what we've done, folks. You and me. Thank you. So at the time of recording, we're sitting at just under 570,000 folks. Wow. 570,000 people in this one Facebook group, sharing funny stuff, sharing your memes, sharing your jokes, all that kind of stuff. I say it every day, and that's because I repeat myself and have bad memory, but also I like saying this. That's more people than many cities have. As I like to say, we're the funniest city on the internet, population us, folks. Cheers. I might have noticed my coffee needs more cream. That was the last of my cream. I should have bought some yesterday. Oh well. Paying the price. Well, if that's my biggest problem today, a little bit light coffee, I'm fine. Coffee's strong, just light on cream. Oh well, I'll be a grown up and drink it without cream if I have to. Speaking of that, what am I doing today? No real plans once again. This is 2 days in a row where I'm not working. I am so happy. That doesn't happen very often. I'm getting this video done, getting it done early, as I said. Why? Because I actually want to maybe be able to do something if something just pops up in my head. There's always something. Maybe I ought to go to the grocery store. Maybe I should wash my car. There's always something, right? But at least I have the time today to do it. Hopefully, I haven't finished doing this video, so hopefully nothing goes wrong. I'd knock on wood, but this is a glass desk. So that's what I'm doing. I'm basically doing nothing that I know of aside from making this video. I'll be moderating your posts all throughout the day. I mean, that goes without saying. That's just something I do. It's just part of my life. That's 6 hours of my life every day, my friends. So I'll be doing that. But aside from that, I have no concrete plans, which is kind of fun. But what I want to know is what you're doing. I heard from Rose yesterday what she was doing, and she was resting up from the day before, and she was knitting some amazing socks. They look fantastic, Rose. Heck, my mom even commented on them, Rose. My mom crochets. She doesn't knit, but she does some amazing stuff too. And obviously she appreciated what you made there, Rose. Thank you very much for sharing. So yeah, let's hear what you're doing today, folks. If you want to share, I am actually interested in hearing what you're doing. Why? I don't know. I just feel like... I want to know you a bit better. That's all. So if you do want to share, I want to hear it. And maybe I'll mention it tomorrow in the video, just share what you want. All right, so let's move it along. Right now, we are going to showcase a couple of posts from you folks. Actually, one of them is from our new moderator, Mitch Laird, and the other one is from Tina Tick. Let's start with Tina's post. Going to bring that up right now. It's kind of true. Honestly, and it's definitely funny. Now, as a former boss, don't take this advice. Just saying. It still made me laugh. Thank you so very much, Tina. Really appreciate that. Now, the next one, as I said, it's from actually a good friend of mine and our new moderator, Mitch Laird. Let me bring that up. Now, if you've watched these videos, folks, you've probably heard me mention work. And work is, well, I work for 3 hockey teams, a lacrosse team, and a football team. This is so true. These guys are so freaking tough. They're banged up. They want to go. They don't want to stop. Hockey is unreal. I mean, I don't think there's many sports like that. But it's funny too, because, this is exaggeration, of course. So I'm going to just take that down. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Tina. We really appreciate those posts. And, thank you to everybody. We appreciate all your posts. If it wasn't for those posts, it'd just be me sharing what I think's funny. Well, I thought it was funny. I was the I in that. Well, now it's, well, we thought it was funny. And it's so much better. I think it was okay then. It's awesome now. It's only awesome because it's full of awesome people like you, my friends. All right, let's move it along. Let's do a quick recap, actually. So we started off with me telling you what the time was and what the day is in two parts of the world. Hello, Melbourne. Then I told you about my day. And then I asked about your day, and I do want to hear about your day. And then I featured two posts. Yes, that's right. One was from Tina Tick, and the other one being from Mitch Laird. So what I think that means is that it might be time for the bad jokes. Where do dads store their dad jokes? In the database. What do you call a man with a shovel? Doug. What do you call a man without a shovel? Douglas. What did the lettuce say to the celery? Quit stalking me. How do you know when a bad joke is a dad joke? Well, honestly, it should be apparent. Two cowboys are lost in the desert. One of them sees a tree and it's covered in bacon. He turns to the other one. A bacon tree! We're saved! And then he runs towards it, and he's just shot dead in his tracks. Turns out it wasn't a bacon tree. It was a ham bush. I really miss my grandpa. I can still remember his final words. Lee, stop shaking the damn ladder! Yesterday, instead of lace-up sneakers, I bought myself a pair of Velcro ones. I thought, why not? I bought the exact same barbecue as my neighbor, so if it needs cleaning, I just switch them at night. Lance is an uncommon name nowadays, but in medieval times, people were called Lancelot. Who's the penguin's favorite relative? Antarctica. Thank you for enduring those bad jokes. I like telling them. I really do. And I like the fact that there's, at least 4 or 5 of you coming back to watch those jokes. I don't know how many. I'd love if you tell me if you came back. I know Rose Glad comes back for the jokes. I know Michelle Finnerty likes the jokes. I'm pretty sure Melissa Carnahan likes the jokes. Know damn well my wife watched those jokes. Thank you, Wendy. I love you. And, anyone else? Anyone else watching for the jokes? So, if you watch for those jokes, I'm so happy about it. If you've got some jokes you want me to tell, please, please, please send them to me. Send them to jokes@wellithoughitwas.com. That's jokes@wellithoughitwas.com. It's that simple. You can send it right there. If you want, even simpler, you can just leave a joke as a comment on this video or any one of these videos. If you can, try to tag me in it, because if not, I may not notice it. It's not that I'm not paying attention, just things slip by sometimes. So thank you to my wonderful wife, Wendy, for those jokes. And I'm looking forward to seeing your jokes, folks. Please send them in. I need them. And you may have noticed one of those jokes was a penguin joke. The one with the penguin in it. That's right. Well, guess what? I got that joke from a penguin bar / cookie. I call them cookies. Other people call them bars. They're a lovely little chocolate cookie. I'm going to call it a cookie. I'm sorry, I'm here in Canada. And each one is individually wrapped, and each one has a joke on that wrapper. A penguin joke. And I've been using a penguin joke from those cookies for, the past 2 weeks probably now. Thing is, I have no more of those penguins. No more penguin cookies. And I would really like some more. And they're really hard to find here in Canada because they're not sold on shelves here. I can find them in a fancy British shop. The kind that has shop spelt with 2 P's and an E to make sure it's going to be fancy and expensive. One of those shops. It would probably make more sense if I could find somebody in the UK that could send me some. I, of course, would pay for them and for the shipping. And if I need to, I'll compensate you for your time. You have to A, buy them, B, wrap them up, and C, ship them off from the post office. I totally get that. Time is money. But if we can make this work, please send me a message or comment on this video. It would be great because I've totally run out of them. But there's another option. McVitie's, how'd you like to get in early and sponsor this guy's bad joke segment? I tell him every day, and every day I tell a penguin joke. You can sponsor that. I'll keep your name up there, but I'll take off that not sponsored by. Heck, I'll even wear a penguin hat if I can find one. You know what? It wouldn't take much. A supply of these cookies. Of course, you guys would have to ship them, but you're a big company. You can do that. and maybe a little bit of cash that I put towards my Get Lee to Australia fund that I've talked to in several of these videos. Come on, McVitties. Have one of your folks talk to one of my folks. One of my folks being me. Email admin@wellithoughtitwas.com. That's admin@wellithoughtitwas.com. Come on, McVitties. I dare you. You know, now it's that time I ask you for 2 favors. And they are not selfish favors. I don't think they're selfish favors, but I am asking you to do something for me, and you owe me nothing. But hear me out, my friend. You know, if you are interacting with people today, and we do that a lot, right? There's a lot of people around us. If you get a chance, try to make one of those people laugh. Why? Because no matter where they are, you're going to raise them up a little bit. You know, they could be having a horrible day. That little bit of light, that little bit of darkness just helps them go, you know, helps them keep going, you know, raises them up a little bit. Or maybe their day is already great and you make them laugh, it's even better. Why? Because if you're here, you're going to be here. Laughing is a good thing. It feels good and it is good. Share the laughter, my friend. If you can, you've done me that favor, and I really love if you did that. Now, I said there's 2 favors. They're very much related to each other. You know, I asked you to make other people laugh, but you know who's just as important? You. You're just as important as anyone else. I hope you're laughing, and that's what I want you to do. That's my second favor. I want you to laugh today. And there's no switch between happy and sad. I absolutely know that. But if you can, find something to laugh about. And, you know, maybe you'll find it here on our group. You know, you've made people laugh. You've made people laugh here with what you've posted, or maybe with a comment that you've made. And you deserve to be happy too, and you deserve to laugh. So that's what I'm asking you, my friends. I'm asking you 2 quick favors. Make somebody laugh if you can, and if you can, please laugh. You'll make me so happy if you do that. And if we help you with that, even better. You know, that's what this whole site's about. It's about laughter. It's about sharing laughter and making people laugh. You know, in this part of the video, I normally start talking about donations and stuff like that. I'm not getting anywhere with that, and I totally get it. It's such a weird thing for a Facebook thing. Now I'm going to mention it real quick. If you'd like to donate to us, we've got a PayPal donation page. You can donate $2, $3, or $5. You know, I'm not asking a lot. It's kind of spare change, but in a way, I am asking for a lot in the fact that this is a Facebook page. Who pays for Facebook, right? I spend 6 hours of my day on this group. It's like a job that doesn't pay. Well, monetarily doesn't pay, and it takes away from a lot of things. So we do have that donation page. If you'd like to help out, it's basically pocket change what we're asking. I've got that QR code right up there. Maybe you can scan that if you're watching this on a PC. If not, we definitely have the link in our notes. If you feel like helping out, that'd be amazing. I really appreciate it. And you know what? We've got a store, and that store has some great products. We've got these coffee cups. Well, actually, the new coffee cups look better than this, and this one already looks good. So, you know, check that out. Of course, I've got a T-shirt. I've got a 3/4 sleeve 80s rock shirt, baby. And I call it 80s rock shirt. The 3/4 sleeve shirts. We got hoodies, and then we've got phone cases. Got a tote bag. I got a fantastic bag. Don't take my word for it. Check it out. Just check out Rose Glad with hers. According to Rose, not only is this tote bag great for your groceries, it's fantastic for carting around your rubber chickens. Now, that, my friends, is an awesome endorsement. I love it. Thank you, Rose. Thank you so very much. And you know what? We got something new. It is, well, they're ladies' panties, or bikini bottoms, I guess you call them. I promise you, these were requested. That's why I added them. And if somebody asks for boxers, men's boxers or briefs, I will look at adding those too, I promise. These were added at the request of some of our members, so I have added them. It was I did the design up yesterday, just the graphic. I don't have to design the actual panties. So I'll throw those panties up there. And you know, if that's something you're interested in, we've got it. You know, let us know. We can probably add certain products. You know, we'll definitely consider it. But yeah, that's what we've got. We've got a store. That address is right here, and the link's also in our notes. So you know, check it out. And I do want to see pictures of you in your shirts, your hoodies, holding up your coffee cup or your phone case or your tote bag. But I gotta say, I cannot ask for pictures of you with your panties, because it would be super inappropriate, my friends. Funny, but inappropriate. I wouldn't do that. I am happily married, and I am not asking for pictures of people in their underwear. You know what? That's just not right. But I want you to buy them. Don't get me wrong. So check out the notes for this video. There's a link up there. Of course, I think I plastered it on the bottom here, but you can't actually click that, right? So, and you know, do let us know if you've purchased something, and you send in those photos within reason. All right, folks, I've wasted a lot of your time trying to sell you something, and I don't want to do that anymore. So what I do want to do is a quick wrap up, and then we're just going to head out of here so you can enjoy your day. You know, just thinking about how many people are in this group is overwhelming. It really is. And it makes me happy that that we've got so many people, you know, just making people laugh. And it is what this is about. It's about laughter. It's about funny. It's about, it's just about that. That's all that really it is. Really, that's all it is. It's just about spreading the laughter. And we've been so good at it, and we're getting better at it. It's just amazing. It's overwhelming, and I thank every one of you for helping me create this, and I thank you for being here. I don't know why I get so cheesy and kind of overwhelmed when I'm talking about this, but it is. It's intangible. You know, I can't hold it in my hand, but it's the greatest thing I've ever created so far. And don't worry, I don't have any kids. I'm not insulting any kids or anything like that. So that's what I got. That's what I want to say. I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for the folks that watch these videos, and thank you to the folks that don't watch the videos, that are just part of the group that'll never hear this. Thank you to you anyways. You folks make me very happy, and I'm already happy. So, you know, you can't complain about that, can you? Yeah. All right. You know, I am starting to talk in circles. So we're gonna end this video, and I just want to end it with saying that, you know, I'm here every day, and I hope you're back here again tomorrow. I really appreciate this time that we have together. This takes a lot out of me. I am a bit of an introvert, and the fact that I know that there is a bit of an audience out there can be a bit much. But I think that I owe it to you. I have to say thank you somehow, you know, and I don't know how to do it. So that's what these are. Thank you very much for being amazing. Thanks for making us amazing. I'm going to be here again tomorrow. Hope you're going to be here too. All the love, my friends.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.
That was funny.